Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new match review here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's big 2-0 win over Charlton Athletic. The Royals were back at the Select Car Leeson Stadium, and they made it 2 wins out of 2 so far in the league this year. That's 4 goals scored and no goals conceded so far for the Royals, with 2 clean sheets in a row at home. Last year's home form was vital for the Royals in steering away from relegation, and so far this year it looks like it could be a little bit vital for a potential playoff push. Now, I'm not going to get too excited, we are only 4 games into the year, but the Royals look a lot more healthier than they did last year. Now, Reading's starting 11 for this fixture was unchanged from the Wrexham game. We saw Joel Pereira continuing to play in goal. The back 4 saw Jarrell Dorset, Amadou Mbenge, Tyler Bindon and Michael Craig play across it. We saw Lewis Wing, Ben Elliott and Charlie Savage in the midfield once again, with Kelvin Ehebachiman and Adrian Akande out wide. And as always, Sam Smith was the sole striker. Now, it was 2 second half goals that got the Royals the win today, but the first half was a little bit more of a stalemate. I thought both teams really struggled to make either of the goalkeepers work. In terms of performances in the first half, I thought Michael Craig and Adrian Akande played quite well. I thought Akande down that right hand side was really trouble, and I thought his skills and his individual efforts were really good. I thought in the first 10 minutes he played a fantastic cross across the face of goal. There was no Reading man there, unlike the second half. But yeah, I thought we were really unlucky in that part, and I thought Akande did really well. One thing that I do want to talk about is Michael Craig stepping into midfield from that right back position. I think it's done wonders for Reading so far this season. We saw it a little bit towards the back end of last year with Andy Yiadom stepping into that midfield spot, and we've seen it this year with a midfielder stepping into the right back position and then going back into midfield. Now, this transition happens when Reading have the ball, and it allows Lewis Wing and Ben Elliott to open themselves up in midfield, and it creates so much space for Reading. And again, I saw that today. I thought Ben Elliott was unplayable at times during this fixture. There was so much space for him to operate in, and his first touch is always class. I thought Elliott had a really solid game today. The first half, I thought Charlie Savage struggled a little bit. I think his first touch let him down quite a few times, and there was a few times where a few passes went a little bit astray, but because of the goal, I feel like he kind of made up for it. Now, FotMob have got him down as the man of the match. Personally, I wouldn't go that far. For me, I would go with a Michael Craig or a Ben Elliott for the man of the match for this fixture. I thought both of them were absolutely outstanding. Maybe the second half, you could say Elliott started to go a little bit more missing, with the legs starting to get a little bit more tired, but I thought both players were great on the day, and listen, Savage, it was a fantastic effort. Now, I said both teams struggled to make the goalkeepers work, but that actually did change in the stoppage time of half-time. Charlton had a good opportunity down the right-hand side. They played a cross into the box after a random, really, should we say, ball across the pitch was cut out by Charlton. They whipped it into the box, and a good save was forced by Joel Pereira. Now, the second half was a little bit flat from Reading, and Charlton started off a lot better. Ghassan Ademi really should have scored at least one on this day. I thought he had so many opportunities in that second half at the start of it, but he really did struggle. I thought Ademi overall for me was really disappointing for Charlton. I thought he was really poor on the day. His first touch let him down. I thought he was really physical and gave away some needless fouls as well at times in this game. He was done by Michael Craig on multiple occasions when Craig had the ball and was just able to dribble past him like he wasn't even there. And there was a ball in the second half that I really thought Charlton should have capitalised on. It came whipping into the box, and Ademi was there, but he didn't stick a leg out, didn't do anything, and luckily for Reading, it went out for a throw-in. Now, the second half saw a turnaround when Reading and Charlton fans started to go back and forth in the stands a little bit, and it started to get a bit of momentum from the Reading side, and I feel like Reading's goal was really willed into the back of the net by the Reading fans. It sounds stupid, but it really did feel that way. Charlie Savage scoring when, again, there was a lot of space in the midfield, and he struck the ball from about 25 yards out, smashed it into the back of the net, and it was a fantastic goal by Charlie Savage. It was brilliant scenes in 1871 and all around the stadium, and you could really feel the buzz around, and you could feel the real team effort that Reading had put forward. Now, Reading nearly had a chance to make it 2-0. Adrian Akande caught the Charlton goalkeeper Mannion napping on a ball. He cut the ball out and took it off him, but a fantastic tackle was made by one of the Charlton defenders. And then a lot of fans thought it was a penalty. I thought it was a penalty as too. Upon looking at it on a replay, though, I've got to say it was a great challenge by the Charlton man. But luckily for Reading, it didn't really matter, as there was a throw-in for Reading when Charlton believed they should have had a throw-in. Michael Craig was quick thinking through the ball up the pitch. Adrian Nakande ran all the way up, played a fantastic ball into the box, and instead of there being no one there, Sam Smith was there and tapped it into the back of the net, smashed it home, and Reading were 2-0 up. It was a really great moment, really, if we're being honest, in the SEL. Sam Smith got booked for taking his shirt off, but it was just a brilliant moment after the real dodgy time that we've had over the last couple of weeks with the whole ownership situation going quiet. And then, there was a little bit of, you could feel the players almost were a little bit down, but once we had that goal in the back of the net, you could really feel the clinicalness and just the real good times coming back in the SEL. I think it really helped as well. Amadou Mbenge hyping the crowd up, the same with Kelvin Abrafe. After the goal went in, you could feel the real love every time Reading did something great defensively for the fans, giving it to them players on the pitch who have given us 110% effort all throughout last season and as well for the start of this year. Listen, if you told me that 4 games into the season Reading would be sitting on as many points as they have now, 7, I would have bit your hand off. I think if you look at the teams we've played, Birmingham, Wigan, Wrexham and Charlton, if you look at any side in the league and say that, look, you're going to get 7 out of 12 points against these teams, they would definitely take that. And to start off this season, Reading are going to take that, and that is absolutely fantastic. Now, like I said, man of the match for me, I'm going to go with Michael Craig. I thought he had an outstanding game once again. There's actually a really weird fact about this game as well. Last year, Femi Aziz scored in the exact same minutes that Reading scored this year. The 66th and 76th minute were the times that Reading scored in this game this year, and Reading beat Charlton last year with thanks to goals in the 66th and 76th minute. Now, in terms of the league table, Charlton obviously have had their first loss of the year. They've dropped down to 6th place. Obviously conceded no goals before this one, but the Royals scoring 2 against them today. Reading have climbed up to 8th in the table. Obviously just 4 games in, 7 points on the board. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see, especially after the start Reading made last year. It's a real massive, great improvement. If we can carry this form on, listen, Reading have got a much better part 2 of the season compared to this first part. So, look, if we can keep hanging around there, get the ownership situation sorted out, maybe get some free agents through the door, get some bodies in there. I'm not going to say anything because we're only 4 games into the year. That's going to be it for this one today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.